Have you recently felt that rush of needing a new VR game to potentially top your favourites? Well, you've come to the right place. Hello there and welcome to RealityBreak, your one-stop shop for everything VR and AR related. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some upcoming VR games that you should be excited about. Just to let you know, this list is going to be primarily action, adventure and story game based. We're also going to cover some lesser known and lesser talked about titles in this video as well. So let's get right into it. Also, let me know what games you're most excited for in the comments below. In this video, I talked about Ready or Not, a tactical SWAT shooter, and how it would be amazing if it were to come to VR. Geronimo is a tactical close quarters shooter designed specifically for VR, and with realism at its heart. The developers of Geronimo are highly inspired by games such as Ready or Not, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Insurgency Sandstorm. You play as a special forces operator performing raids. There will, however, be no AI teammates to control, so it will be best played with friends. But of course, you can play completely solo if you would like. You can expect to be carrying out replicas of real raids that have happened, such as the raid on Bin Laden's compound, as well as many new procedurally generated raids. Geronimo will feature impressive dynamic enemy and civilian AI, as well as a wide variety of breaching methods to start raids in style. The game looks very promising and will definitely be putting other tactical shooters like Tactical Assault VR to the test. Currently there's no release date, but the community is hoping for a 2024 release. Gunman Contracts was originally made of two mods for Half-Life Alyx, where the player is tasked as a gun for hire to find and extract a missing woman being held by a group of human traffickers, who you then find out are part of a larger organisation which you must take down. Due to the overwhelming support of the two chapters, the creator, ANB Seth, decided that he wanted to make his own game. This new standalone version will build upon the baseline that was set in the Half-Life Alyx mods. With a multitude of new weapons, attachments, including ammo types and maps, this game looks to be one of the best shooters in VR. This game not only has amazing graphics just from the devlogs, but the combat is giving off that badass John Wick movie style action. This game is not only going to be a VR title, but a flat screen game as well, meaning you can play it with no headset required. I absolutely loved the Gunman Contracts mods, so seeing it become its own game is a dream come true. In fact, one of my favourite movies, Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk, reminds me heavily of this game, as well as, of course, the John Wick movies, which I know the developer is highly inspired by. So I know for damn sure that I am playing this when it releases. It was originally set to Q1 2024, but the dev has now changed it to just 2024, and we are hoping for a Q2 or Q3 at the latest release. Into the Radius 2 is an immersive VR survival shooter, set in a realm of surreal landscapes and deadly anomalies. Arm yourself with realistic weapons and venture deeper into the mysteries that lie within, either solo or as part of a team. Originally meant to be an update for Into the Radius 2 aims to improve upon every aspect of the original. One of the main differences here is the new built-in co-op mode, which allows you to assemble a team of up to 4 players and venture into the depths of uncertainty. Into the Radius 2 is split into multiple locations, but will not feature a completely open world unlike the first game. Into Radius 2 is essentially going to be more of what players loved about the first game, but turned up to 11.
Put it up to 11, exactly.
There is currently no solid release date, but the developers are hoping for a 2024 release. Just quickly, if you are enjoying this video so far, leaving a like and subscribing would help the channel out a ton. I am still a relatively small channel, so any support is highly appreciated. Anyway, back to the video. Behemoth is a brand new upcoming game from Skydance Interactive, which is the studio that made both Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners games, and this is how they describe Behemoth. In Skydance's Behemoth, take on the role of a deceased wanderer lost in the frigid Forsaken Lands, overcome dangerous environments, deadly warriors and towering behemoths using immersive, weighty VR combat and lifelike physics. Travel through strange, otherworldly environments and overcome all, no matter how large that stands in your way. Behemoth is going to be another huge VR RPG, hopefully on the level to rival Asgard's Wrath 2. Skydance has a good reputation for the most part within the VR community, so we do have faith that they will be able to make this a great game. It looks like a combination of Dark Souls and Shadow of the Colossus, and if they can nail that feeling of scale, this game has the potential to be insane. The current release window we have is late 2024, following a year delay from the original release window of late 2023. Metro Awakening is a VR adaptation of the Metro series, a first-person shooter that was adapted from the post-apocalyptic novel series of the same name back in 2005. Awakenings, being developed by Vertigo Games, not 4A Games mind you, is a story-rich adventure that blends stealth and combat in one of the most immersive experiences of the Metro series. With beautiful graphics that in my opinion rival Half-Life Alyx's, you play as Serdar, a doctor traversing the mind-bending Metro tunnels in search for your missing wife, equipping yourself with a gas mask and various weapons to push through the nuclear Armageddon that has become of the Metro tunnels, taking out every enemy in your path, human or not. The game is set to release sometime during 2024, with no confirmation on the exact date at this moment in time. Now, I did want to put an honourable mention in here, and technically this isn't a new game, but it is only now, after over 5 years, leaving early access. Blame Sorcery is a medieval fantasy sandbox game released in December 2018 by Warp Frog. In this game you fight through waves of enemies in arenas or the procedurally generated dungeons with a big selection of medieval style weapons and magic spells. Blame Sorcery is still in early access as of the time of this video, but currently there is an update planned for Q1 2024. Note that this likely will be delayed into Q2 2024. The Crystal Hunt update is set to add so much content that even the developers say it feels like a completely different game. It adds a whole new progression-based game mode named Crystal Hunt, using the procedurally generated dungeons to gather loot to allow the player to purchase a ton of new weapons and skills from the shop, which will now be a physical location that allows the player to purchase from an NPC. This update also adds new armor, factions, and a ton of quality of life features to make the experience top-notch for any new and returning players. Blame Sorcery is actually my most played VR game of all time, so I am very excited for this update. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and feel free to leave a comment on what games you're excited for in this list and any other games that I forgot to mention. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and I always appreciate the feedback. If you've enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you did leave a like and also subscribe. Anyway, hopefully, I'll see you next time.